It's time now to take a look at stories making headlines on the front page of Nigerian newspapers. And as usual, I'll be doing this with Etoma and Rhea. So I'll begin with the Nation newspaper. The major story here: Tinubu, APC will receive more governors, coalition members. That's what the new party chair is saying. Yewada begins tenure as 7th national chair with 2027 victory promise. That's what you see on the front page of the Nation newspaper. We move swiftly now to the Leadership newspaper, still talking about the emergence of Professor Nentawe Yewada as the APC's party chair. It says how Yewada emerged as APC chair, and the riders there are fix, drive party to destination of choice. Yewada, opposition actions threaten national unity. Hope Uzodinma is saying that Nigerians still complaining, do more at grassroots. Tinubu tells governors. Interesting. We'll be talking about that as we move on. The next paper we'll look at this morning is this Nigeria newspaper, and it's still focusing on Tinubu to APC governors wet the grass more at the grassroots. I like that. It says President admits Nigerians are facing harsh times, dismisses ADC as coalition of confusion. Yet what the new APC chairman says 2027 a done deal for party. Interesting. All right, we'll move now to the front page of the Blueprint newspaper. Still talking about Yewada's emergence. It's 2 years after North Central gets justice. That's what it says. Yewada emerges APC national chair. Party will be great, pride of Nigeria on my watch. New chair is saying Deputy National Publicity Secretary founder resigns. Okay. And we'll move now to the front page of the Punch newspaper. The Punch newspaper is next. It's in Post-NEC meetings. APC, PDP set stage for epic 2027 face-off. New APC chair Yewada vows Tinubu's return. Makinde Bala lead PDP governors in 2027 power takeover plot. Interesting. All right, we'll move to the front page of the Daily Independent now. Daily Independent newspaper, where are you? To the front page of the Daily Independent. Now it's saying persistent slowdown in oil sector threatens 2025 budget execution. That's what the story or the headline there is saying. And we move to the front page of the Guardian newspaper. This is talking about something quite concerning. It says how unchecked dietary supplements turn toxic, lure many to early grave. These are major concerns that we are looking at. And finally, on the front page of the Sporting Life, Galatasaray head coach, we are waiting for Osimhen. We are waiting for Osimhen. That's what the Galatasaray head coach is saying. But let's begin, this conversation, Etoma, with what we just spoke about. Tinubu is saying APC will receive more governors, coalition members. Yewada begin tenure as 7th national chair with 2027 victory promise. He has promised the victory for 2027. He has vowed that the president will indeed return.
Yes, we're talking about the optimism of the politicians. Look, if you go talk to the chairman of one political party that we can't even remember its name, the chairman will tell you that, look, there is no opposition, we are going to win. However, for APC, everything points towards an APC winning 2027. Everything points towards it. The mass defection into the party, the smooth change of national chairman.
Right.
Yes.
We need to hop on that.
Yes.
That it went on smoothly.
It went on smoothly. Yesterday we were speculating that his name is still very tongue twisting for me. And there was there was talk of Al Makura too, run for that, but I just knew that it was going to be a smooth sailing to the end of at the end of the day. And now we have seen that it's a party that looks stable, strong, and knows where it's going. The internal
have
mechanisms,
a sense of direction.
yes, the internal mechanisms are working, and so on. So it looks like the election is won already. You know,
okay.
if you want to do
we
that,
we have to wait and
let's not go there yet.
As it was we say. But I know this will interest you, Ria, talking about the front page of the leadership newspaper now, where the president still talking about at the emergence of what as the APC chair, the president himself is saying, Nigerians still complaining, do more at the grassroots. He's talking to the governors directly now.
And when we talk about grassroots, we talk about these rural areas. And I tell you something, Veronica, if you go to these rural areas and you see the way people are living, forget the fact that sometimes we can say, you know, in Lagos, we're doing well and everything, but there are some places you go to, these people lack education, these people lack good hospitals, these people don't even have good water. I love the fact that he said something. He said, wet the grassroots. In one of the newspapers, the headlines you read, he said, wet the grassroots, because everything starts from, you know, the foundation. And I feel like it's the responsibility of the governors, like he said. And it's also, we don't need to wait for the president to tell us to do this. People in the rural areas are suffering, especially children. They are not getting quality education. Malnutrition, they are not even eating well as well. So sometimes I wonder, if you're given a position, you're a governor, I don't think it's right to wait for the president to come and tell you what to do. You're supposed to know what to do.
I'm still going to bring that same issue to you, because it's on the front page of this Nigerian newspaper, saying where the president said, wet the grass more at the grassroots. Obviously, he's saying that, you know, the grass are not been nurtured the way they should. And so a lot of people feel that the grass is greener out there. That is why there's the number of Jackpot syndrome is quite huge. And people are not feeling the impact of the dividends of democracy as they should, because governors are not doing the needful. They are closer to the people than the federal government. But often the time what you hear is the president pointing the fingers at the president. But you are collecting more allocation now, 3 times what you used to gain before, yet the people are not feeling the impact of this allocation.
Number one, he's talking as a party leader. You know, if you're a leader, even if the people you are leading are doing well, you still push them. You know, so he's. I see from that perspective, he's talking as a leader. Look, you guys have to do more, and do remember the elections are just around the corner. So if the governors do more and the people see the dividends of democracy at that level, it will be smooth sailing for them during elections.
Oh, you're saying it's because of the election?
No. I'm just looking at the different reasons why he would say something like that. You know, number one, he's a leader, so he has to push his people. Number two, if the governors actually do well, elections would not be such a big problem, because the people will see the dividends
but
of
Etoma,
democracy.
not to cut you short, I think that one of the reasons why he said that is because he's seeing that these people are really facing hardship.
But let us look at it from the other side. Some of the most performing governors in Nigeria today are from the APC.
It's not. I think that performance shouldn't be based on your party.
Exactly.
It should be.
No, it's not based on that. No.
It should be based on the position you occupy, because you told the people that you are willing, and you even swore an oath to do the needful.
Exactly.
And so when you occupy that position, it behoves on you that responsibility to deliver of security, of lives and property, and as defined by the Constitution, and to also ensure that you give the people what they need, not what you think they need.
And Veronica, just to add to that,
when you look at what they need, then you'll be able to build on that, as against assuming that certain projects that you are putting in place are what the people need. Because we have often spoken about the fact that projects should reflect what the people need. Projects being embarked upon should be what the people need, and not just assumption. That is why when they talked about airport, a particular place, one of the governors was saying, or one of the party members was saying, that some states do not even need an airport as we speak. What they need might just be roads, might just be the right infrastructure that will bring the needed development to the state. Ria.
But Etoma, the thing I'll say is that these people also made a lot of promises before they came into power. So when you make these promises, people expect you to keep these promises. And I love the fact that the president has said this. He's seeing what people are going through. People are going through hardship. And these governors, you take allocations. And I feel like it's on every governor that you need to make sure that the grassroots is green.
Okay.
Right.
The question.
We need to quickly move because of time. Because
Give me the chance to land.
the Punch newspaper, so that
Okay.
we'll get this off our next post-NEC meetings. APC PDP set stage for epic 2027 face-off. The new APC chair Iwada vows Tinubu's return. Makinde Bala lead PDP governors in 2027 power takeover. So the PDP, after hearing, because they also had their 101 NEC meeting yesterday, and they also have heard that the APC now has a chairman. So they are also working on having someone that would drive the party. They have said that they have dealt with all of the indiscipline that happened within the party, where some persons are saying they are moving to a coalition, yet are still members of the party. And we have seen some elders of the party beginning to speak, addressing the issues that have bedeviled the party until some persons now left, and their problems too also left. And so now they are saying they are ready for a showdown. They are also saying that they are not seeing an ADC as an opposition as well.
Again, we talked about the optimism of politicians, and PDP is, frankly, let's give them accolades where they have done well. They are beginning to look like a serious political party all over again.
They are getting
However,
their acts together.
they are getting their acts together. Let's see how they get a national chairman. Let's see the decisions they make from now on, and see if that promised epic fight in 2027 is a reality.
At the end of the day, we're in democracy, so we expect to see opposition. You know, we've said a lot of times on this table that Nigeria is not a one-party system. So I expect PDP to, what they're doing is what I expect them to do. But at the end of the day, I just hope that with the PDP, they do not now, I think their problem is always when they look on like personal reasons than the party. I just pray that right now they can get their act together. We still have a few time before 2027. And at the end of the day, when it comes to politicians, if I'm in a party, I'll tell you I don't see opposition. If you are there, you tell me you don't see opposition. At the end of the day, I love it. I feel like adrenaline so much when it comes to all these political people and what they say. Like, at the end of the day, that is it. We're in democracy. It's not one party system. So let's, and it's not just PDP and, you know, APC. Where is the Labour Party? They are still there. So we need to hear from them as well.
I did not write the headline.
We want to hear from them as well.
We know ADC is there, LP is there, and a number of
more.
So, but then the focus is, okay, if we are not seeing opposition, let's wait to see how you would strategize to position yourself as that formidable opposition that Nigerians can look forward to. Whichever way, we wish them the best. Absolutely. Let's move on now to the front page of the Daily Independent. The Daily Independent is next, and it is talking about something different away from politics. Persistent slowdown in oil sector threatens 2025 budget execution. Of course, we have been seeing fluctuation in the prices of oil, and also the fact that the matter of theft is also affecting whatever we see, and then you see the shocks, international shocks also affecting our prices, and they are talking about how this can threaten 2025 budget execution. So far, we are still working on 2024. We haven't fully executed 2024 budget, but as it is, at that of 2025, there are those raising concerns that with the kinds of things we're seeing around the slowdown around the oil sector, it's already posing a threat to the full execution of the 2025 budget, and we know the implication.
Things like this is the reason why a lot of people are harping on diversification of our economy. Absolutely. It's too heavily, we are too heavily dependent on oil. So any little glitch in the oil sector, Nigeria suffers. And yes, it is, the headline is very correct. You know, there's lots and lots of slowdown. They are discovering oil everywhere in the world. And when the supply, basic economics, when the supply is more than demand, the price goes down. And I think that's what's happening to the oil sector internationally. Right. And Nigeria is bleeding. Okay,
let me move over now to this story. Ria, I know it will interest you. How unchecked dietary supplements turn toxic lure many to early grave because some persons want to look beautiful. There's nothing wrong with that. Their skin glowing, glass skin and all of that. So some persons decide to begin to take dietary supplements without a doctor's recommendation. Some persons do not even understand the content of some of these dietary supplements. Do you take one?
Of course not.
Okay.
Of course not.
That's the good ones,
Yeah.
especially if recommended by doctors.
They are good ones.
And there are the bad ones that you just go buy off the shelf, not understanding how it is used. Because there's a story here where a woman took supplements and then her baby now had heart issues as a result of that. She was pregnant, but she knew because she was taking supplements without doctor's recommendation, it affected her baby. But talk to us from your perspective, this matter.
And I say this all the time, you cannot, first of all, I feel like it's a crime to take drugs without, prescription. And when we talk about these supplements, I also want to hammer on the fact that this slimming thing that is happening in Nigeria now, where everybody is taking a particular drug to slim, I'm not going to mention the drug, we are seeing the amount of, negative impact it has. I feel like even before you take these things, you need to check yourself. You need to check if your blood goes with it. What would happen? What A would take and will be okay, B would take it and will not be okay. So these are things that you need to see your doctor for. I also read the story about the woman, look at what happened to the baby at the end of the day. So these are things that we really need to check. Before you take any drug, you need to be sure that it's compatible with you. You cannot just follow the trend. Your friend tells you to take something and the next minute you're taking it.
Of course, the trend is a trend.
But we can't follow it.
Because how your body responds to a particular drug will be different from how mine responds as well. But finally, on the front page of the Sporting Live, I know this one will interest all of you. Galatasaray head coach is already saying we are waiting for Osimhen.
That tells me that they've taken care of the business side.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They have said they are
have.
going to do that.
All those T's and I's have been crossed and dotted, and now they are waiting for the guy, oh boy, come and start scoring goals.
I know, right? I'm very excited for Osimhen as well. I cannot wait to see how it pans out for him. And I'm happy that finally he's at a point, like a particular
I wish him all the best. I hope that this takes him to the next level he desires in his career. But that